everybody. Thank you for joining us here today. My name's Rachel, as in Rachel G. Palmistry, aka Rachel Galbreath, and you are watching SPTV. It sounds like a newscaster almost, or an anchor woman. Anyway, so yes, I read palms. If you are unfamiliar with me, I've been doing this for about 34 years, and on the 21st of this month, it'll be 35 years, as it is my birthday then. Woo! But anyway, so I started when I was 15. And the way that I go about it is it's more of a approach of what your soul has been through, where it's at right now, and where it's heading based on everything that you've done up to right now. Sitting in front of me, sitting in front of your screen, whatever. And so the future is always changing because we are always coming in contact with different energies, different situations, etc. But all of that can be seen on the hand. Now, this is where I need to explain the difference between the hands. The dominant hand, meaning for me, I'm right-handed, so that's the hand that you write with. That's the hand that I write with, I should say. That is your current life, aka my current life. So please take a photo of it with your cell phone as clearly as possible. And it's a little tricky, I know. But we have to get from the wrist all the way out to all the fingertips and make it nice and clear as possible, crisp, okay? So that I can see all those little nooks and crannies of all those little lines, okay? So if this is your current life, I also have to explain that about 75% of the lines that are on this hand change every 6 to 8 weeks. What? Yes, I know, but they do. And it's not like an on-off switch. It's very subtle. So if you are interested in witnessing that change, because, instead of just walking around looking at your palm all the time, which, trust me, you can't watch grass grow. You really can't. You just notice it. You just notice it. So just make a handprint journal, like once a month. Get a water-based ink pad and make a handprint, and you will see the changes. Now, dependent upon where those lines are, whether it be moles, blisters, calluses, paper cuts, you name it, whatever is happening, even the shape of the hand, right? Anything that is going on means something, all right? So, if this is your current life, that means that your left hand is a map to every poignant event that has happened to your energy, aka your soul, throughout the past lives that you have had. Now, right about now, you're probably saying, wait a minute, I've never really heard of this approach. Or you might be questioning, like, what approach is this? This is me having over 3 decades of reading, experimenting, meaning actually reading books, learning from people, reading clients' hands, and coming up with my own mishmash, amalgamation, pulled from different ideologies, philosophies, approaches when it comes to palmistry, and kind of making it my own. So it's pretty much a soul approach. Now, these readings, I'm a talker, and today I'm having trouble talking, which Richard and I were just joking about. Don't ask me to pronounce any letter with the word Q in it. Do not, okay? It'll be a mess. But anyway, all that aside, understand that the readings that you'll get today are based off of a photo. I will be drawn to something in particular to your hand. This is not a full reading. This is a small mini palm reading, even though Once I get in that zone, I could go on and on and on. And thankfully, I have Mr. P, aka Richard, in my ear here going, Rachel, okay? Because I'm a talker, as you can probably gather that by now, okay? So anyway, I'm going to do as many of those as possible. And then at the end, if we have time, I'm going to do really quick draw McGraw kind of card readings. Now I have 2 decks and you will get 1 card. I'm going to spend about a minute with each person with each card. Okay, so today I have the Sacred Forest, and that Sacred Forest Oracle deck, and that is by Denise Lynn. Okay, and I also have, it's been my go-to for what, maybe 8 months now. It's ever since I've had this. It just, I don't know. Everybody and their 4th cousin removed is now using this deck, but I have the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, and I will pull from whichever deck I feel drawn to based on whoever kind of just pops up on the screen in front of me. Now, everything is random. There's no favoritism. There's no, oh, I know this person, let's do a reading. No. Okay, this is completely random. And I also want to let you know that I cannot see any comments, like if you say, hi, Rachel, or whatever. I personally cannot really see that. Sometimes I do go back through, though, I admit, and see if somebody did have a specific question or something. But I don't do that very often. But just so you know, okay, just so you know. And also, any of the photographs that do get sent to that email address, which is on the screen, which is photos@spiritualpsychicstv.online. That's where you're sending the photos of your palms to. Now, if it bounces back, meaning it gets returned to you, please do not keep sending it in, okay? That just means that there were too many photos in there, well, just too many things in general in that address, in that email address or whatever. And so it got sent back to you. But once things are pulled out of the email address, it'll just come right back in. So you don't have to keep sending. You don't have to do that. And then after the show, everything is discarded. These are not stockpiled photo images of random hands or anything. So your secret is safe with us, okay? And if you are new to SPTV, welcome to the family. Welcome. We are one big, happy family. And I hope you enjoy today. And if you do have any questions about any of the readings that I do for you today, you can find me. Just look for the tag Rachel G. Palmistry. You're going to find me. You can even find me on SBTV's directory, sbtv.uk. Go to the directory. You will find my information on there as well. Okay, but you're going to find me on every social media platform, etc., etc. And just ask, Rachel, what did you mean by this? Okay, because as I said, these are very short readings, and I will only kind of hone in or zoom in on certain things that just kind of pop at me. All right, so who do we have here today, Richard, that I could say hello to? Or howdy. 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 Howdy, partner. That sounded like a cross between Long Island and Ohio, and I don't know. Howdy, partner. What was that? That's not even normal. Hey, Karis! Hi, Karis. Thank you, Karis. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by today. Thank you. Hey, Kaylee. Hi. On YouTube. All right. Hi, Wayne. Hello, Trish. Hi, Christiane. Good to see you. Yolanda, hello. Thanks for watching. Joshua, good to see you here. Gemma, yay. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Tina. Hi, Gail. Long time no see. Hi. Thank you. Thank you for coming aboard again. Hi, Carly. Welcome. Hi, Diane. Hey, Pam. First time. Hi, Stacy Ann. Carrie Ann Marshall. I'm not sure if it's two people, so I'm going to say Carrie Ann Marshall because Marshall's also a first name over here. So, hey, hello to everybody. Hey, Sharon, how are you doing? Welcome aboard. Cameron! Cam, yay! Hi, Natalie. Allison, thank you for all your hard work, Allison. Lisa, ooh, I love your little social icon. Hi, Joy, good to see you. Nadia, hello, hello. Arlene, hello to you. I love the name Arlene. Hi, Lisa. Fiona, thanks for stopping by. Kimbo, hello, hello. Hi, Eddie Raven. Hello, hello to you, too. Hi, Linda. First time watching me. Buckle up, buttercups. Hi, Samara. Hi, Samara. Celestial Moon. Oh, New York. I lived there for 24 years. Hello, yes. Hi, Karen. Hi, Michelle. All right. So, hi, B. Tara. Hello to you, too. All right. Reading. I heard what you just said, Richard. Oh, issues. So, B. Tara, I'm going to be reading your poem first. Now, let me explain something. When I said buckle up, buttercups, I actually meant that. Because how my approach to poem reading, as I said, is very soul journey, okay? So it's what kind of pops out that could make things easier for you, whether it be like career and like, just general stuff, right? Like life stuff. And so yeah, it's just part of being human. So do not think that if anything that I come across or that I say comes across as derogatory or meaning that it's kind of like, oh, why did she say that? It's not personal because we're all human. We're all human. And trust me, we all have the same fingers that represent the same gods and goddesses, but we all have these things called hands, but everybody's looks different from one another, okay? So that's why I like palmistry so much. And I cannot read the comment that B. Tara has. So, yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that's perfect. Richard, that is absolutely beautiful. You see how he treats me, people? You see this? Oh, my goodness, Richard, I swear. Yes, I can't. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see that. Okay. I'm a Capitan. Okay. Okay, so B. Tara, right off the bat, your hand isn't flat. Okay, meaning it's not like extended flat. That's okay. So there is a part of you that feels a little bit reserved, okay? Or else you were just really having difficulty taking a photo, which happens a lot. Now, the fact that you are right-handed means that you think with the actual left side of your brain, which is the black and white side of your brain. But I really have to ask myself, with your hand, looking at some of the lines that you do have, whether or not you started out as a lefty or ever felt like incorporating, whether it be some kind of creative endeavor or something with your left hand. Because you have a combination hand, which happens. Majority of the time it happens, actually. Now, in the type of palmistry that I do, there are 4 different types of hands, meaning the overall shape. And then there are the combinations between those guys, right? So they are based on elements. So it's water, air, earth, and fire. You have water, and you also have this earthy/water part to your fingers as well. Your hand itself, the fleshiness of it, looks, I said squishy before, and I got laughed at by somebody on the other end of this headset. So, fleshy, okay? It has a lot of give. It's pillowy, right? So that means that you have so many gifts and so many, I should say, abilities that are untapped within you. And I don't mean psychically either, but I mean just when dealing with people. Now, where are those? The majority of them are actually underneath Mercury. Now, the pinky, the little guy here, that's Mercury. Now, do you see how it bubbles up right at the relationship line, right above the relationship line, which is the top line? And then the second line down is actually the wisdom line. And then the line that goes around here, the base of the thumb, and goes around, that is the lifeline, okay? Now, underneath Mercury, the fact that you have such that little area, that bump, not only is that saying that you need to speak your personal truth, because in palmistry, Mercury, aka Hermes, right, the messenger, he's the one who's going to say, Rachel, which is really what's happening here, Rachel is going to get 13 inches of snow, and it's snowing sideways, and it's dreary outside, and it's winter. Those are facts, right? So he's a very factually oriented kind of God when it comes to this type of palmistry, okay? But where you have that, does it have to do with relationships as it is, that little bubble, this little area, right above the relationship line? Yes. But not just your like other half, like soulmate or whatever, not that type of relationship. We're talking relationships across the board. People that you just are friends with, your co-workers, etc., etc. And where this little bubble area is something called a plane of Aries, aka Mars. Now, this is the side of your hand I'm going to focus your reading on, okay? Because this is really important for you to know, and thank you for verifying that for me, B. Tara. Now, we have 2 planes of Aries, one over here, and we also have one over here. And they're kind of shaped like a little square, not drawn on your hand, but in like a diagram of the hand. When looking at palmistry diagrams, that's what they look like. The fact that you have that there means that you need to approach people by speaking your truth. But here's the kicker. I said kicker. Yes, I did. Okay. So here's the kicker, is that it's not just the fact that, you know, it's winter here for Rachel. It's very dreary. Rachel's getting snow, that kind of truth. But because it is on this side of the hand, right above the Mount of Luna, aka Selene, which is the moon goddess. And you are one heck of an empath, by the way. Now, because it's above that, and on that side, I'm just going to leave that up. On that side of the hand, you have to speak with your intuition. You know things that a lot of people don't really know. And you know it, you're probably a very old soul. And that, I'm going to show you where that would be found. And you would have to do this on your own because you would have to do some hand yoga. But you would have to follow your lifeline, which I'm doing this so that you can see my lifeline, right? You'd have to follow it around the side and see how close it gets to the back knuckle of Jupiter, okay? Now, the closer it is, the older a soul you are, all right? Now, that being said, I really feel that you need to focus on what type of empath you are. And you don't just have to be one type. I am a multi-empath. There are tons of multi-empaths out there, but there are also things that can actually help you. Yes, there are also things that can actually help you with these relationships, right? Because not everybody is going to sit there and take the truth when it's how you feel or just because you know it, it's true. There are a lot of people out there that are just going to be like, no, okay? But you really do. So my advice, buckle up for this, is that you have to start using Jupiter, which is Zeus. You have a very, very dominant Zeus, aka Jupiter finger, meaning the width of it, okay? Now, but the tip of him is kind of curving in toward the palm, meaning that that is part of you, that self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. You kind of hide that away. You're not in somebody's face. Yeah, you're working on the empathic gift. Okay, perfect. So there are different ways to maneuver. Once you find out what and I hate categories, but it really does help when you feel a little bit like, what is going on, right? So if you can find out what type of empath you are, there are all different things that you can read about to actually help you in social life, in with coworkers, in relationships, in all that kind of stuff, because that is where the main focus is for you right now. You have not tapped into that strength hardly at all yet. And if you feel that you have, you have just done it maybe like 10%. That's it. And that leaves a whole other 90% for you to tap into. So kudos to you. Also, water and earth as the elements, think of it metaphorically, okay? Now, what does water do? Water is emotions. It's the same as in cards, same as in tarot. It's the cups, right? Yes. Now, earth supplies nutrients, so it's consistently helping others grow. Seeds get planted into earth, and the nutrients from that earth go into those seeds to make the flowers bloom, to make the plants come to life, right? But where does that leave you? And what happens if you overwater that garden? So you have to learn boundaries as well. So if somebody says, nope, be Tara, nope, I don't know what you're saying, you know what? That's their loss. That is their loss. Draw the line in the sand, protect your energy, so to speak, and consider that you delivered the message, and there it is. Okay? And if you have any questions about like referencing any kind of books or like you want to read anything, just reach out to me. And they're not my books. They are books that have helped me on my journey to understand me, okay? But and I get absolutely no credit for it whatsoever, but it has helped many a client of mine, okay? So I hope that helped a little bit, because that's something that'll really it'll really change your world, Tara. It really will. I have a really good feeling about it. You have to use Jupiter. You have to use that ego. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do it, okay? Anytime a finger starts to curve in toward the palm, that's us kind of, hiding that part of who we are from others. And it's a subconscious thing, isn't it? So, boundaries. Boundaries. And if they give you grief, just be like, well, I gave you the message. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's the old, I'm going to say that word again, Richard, colloquial was, I can't say the word. I can't say it. I'm going to say adage. It's an old adage, okay? Here in the States, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, okay? I just keep hearing that in my head, so there you go. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that is not. Hmm. I will take this out. I will take these headphones out and people will hear you, Richard. I will do this. Linda. All right, Linda. Linda, you are next. Hmm. Ooh. All right. Love your hand. I'm actually going to have to put on my glasses for this one. Getting out the glasses. Uh-oh. Everybody stand back. Okay. All righty. So, Linda, you have something that is very unique in and of itself. You have a fire finger on a water hand. Now, what does water do to fire? Yeah. Now, the thing about your hand is the shape of your palm, meaning it's on the longer side, right? And also that's I'm just gonna say squishy. You can laugh at me all you want, Sir Richard, but it's squishy, right? It has a lot of give to it. And also the fingers that are water are Jupiter, all right, the index finger, Saturn, aka Kronos, Apollo, right? And then your little fire guy is Mercury. Now, Venus is also a little bit on the fire side as well. But the way that Venus is placed on your hand, meaning that the knuckle itself is placed higher up on the side of the hand. Now, this is not bad. This is just part of like karma, human condition, all that, right? But communication is 100% important to you. And people that have a higher set thumb feel validated when they are included, or when whatever they are doing, gets like, oh, bravo. But where does it get them? Because the hand that you have, Mercury is fire, and the majority is water, and water puts fire out, okay? So, I feel for you here, okay, Linda? I really do. You deserve all the accolades that you have done for all the hard work that you have put in with everybody. You have so many ideas. The strength and the depth of your wisdom line is astounding. And that is that second line down that goes across the hand, okay? It is absolutely astounding. It's one of the deepest lines that I've seen in 30 years, okay? Now, the other thing is that with those ideas that you have, and almost principles and ethics that you personally live by, you have a right to claim them and say, hey, you know what? I did that, because that is a truth. There are too many people taking your ideas and using them for their own benefit. And that is that water putting that fire out. Okay? Mercury, as I said, is about communication, and is the one that would say, it's gray here, Rachel's getting snow, Rachel's internet is wonky today, okay? Thank you for agreeing, Richard. And so, oh my goodness. Oh, I swear, so sassy. Anyway, so with that being said, you need to take credit because you deserve it. You have the hand of somebody that puts in all of that thinks about all the tiny, tiny details of things, about situations that happen for other people and that you make happen for other people. But you're not necessarily getting the credit you deserve for that. And you might say, oh, I don't need credit. I don't need credit for that. No, but there are people around you that like to take that credit. So guess what? It must feel good. And that concept might be a little bit foreign because of the type of hand that you have. So try it once and step up. Get out of your comfort zone and say, you know what, people? You didn't come up with that concept. You really didn't. And you also have the hand of somebody who is very, very nurturing, very caring, but do not take on the emotions of others. You are more respected than you do know. You do have a presence line, but it's not very deep. Now, you might be asking, where is a presence line, right? And I'm not talking like a gift, like a present, but presence, like your overall presence when you walk in a room, right? And that's seen in the lines that go right up here. Thank you for validating that for me, Linda. Now those are seen in the lines that go all up and down, okay? So you do have one, but it's very, very shallow, meaning it's not very deep, okay? Which means that people are moreover taking advantage, and I'm sorry to use that word, but it's the only word coming into my head at the moment. It's a very harsh word, of what you bring to the table. And it's time for you to get credit for all that hard work. You carry the emotions for your friends, your family. They will put water on you. That's what water is in this, is emotions, okay? The same in tarot. Always nurturing, okay? So understand that you have to be able to give yourself time to put that water somewhere else, the stuff that people put on you. So remember to take time for you, because you have to keep this fiery little guy lit. And how do you keep fire lit? You have to feed it. So those interests, yeah, I know they do. I know they take advantage. So those people that take advantage, they are putting water on your fire and putting it out. And therefore, it's kind of like, why should I even speak up? Right? So whatever interests you have, whether it be creating, I want to say like a curriculum, and maybe it's because you said that you work with children, or maybe it's some kind of rule, regulation kind of thing that you want to create and overhaul a situation when it comes to this, right? Do it. Because if you have an interest, that's what feeds fire. Fire-handed people, if they have an interest in something they thought they never could do, they need to try it, because that's what keeps the fire lit. So, Linda, speak up. Get out of that comfort zone. It'll be okay. People might look at you and be like, what? What's Linda saying? What's going on? Because they've known you for so long for being one way, and then all of a sudden you're starting to change. So there might be a little bit of a conflict, but stand up. You got a backbone in you. You do, and it's your backbone. It's meant to hold you up, not the entire world. Okay? And I often have to remind water hand people that. Okay? So I hope that helped, Linda. If you have any questions, you just reach out and let me know. All right. So I'm going to take a quick drink of water here. Mm-hmm. I think so. Yes, I have. There were several. Yes. I do not. I don't think so. Oh. That sounds uncomfortable. That sounds uncomfortable. If you're wondering, Richard is telling me about the photos that have come in, and some of you are cutting parts of your fingers off in the photo, which is why I jokingly said that sounds uncomfortable. sounds, somebody cut their thumb off. That's not good. Not good. It's just not. It's just good to be here. Last time I was scheduled, I had to cancel because of what? Snow. On my internet, all I could do was surf online. That's all I could do, was just do emails. I could watch, things like various apps and things like that, but I couldn't actually do any kind of broadcast. I couldn't go live or anything. So here we are. It's been a whole month. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. Karen. Hello. Karen. Wow. Look at your presence line. Holy cow. Okay. Now, your presence line. You started off when you were young. No, I gotta back up. Let's remind everybody where the presence line is. It's that line that runs, I'll go like that, that runs up through the center, okay? It's not this. It's not this one. That is the lifeline. But you have a presence line that goes straight up through the center of your hand. Now, it actually, in the way that I do palmistry, it starts up here, okay? Other people try to read it from down here, but I do it from up here with a reason for a whole other time. Okay, I will go into it in a whole other time. But anyway, so because it is not one straight line, meaning it just starts and then when it hits your wisdom line, it stopped. And then it kind of branched off in one direction, and then a main one kept going down. I have to ask you something. People are aware of your interests, and people respect you highly. They really, really do. But we can't, when people have two presence lines like that, that means that we are doing and saying one thing while thinking and feeling another. And that's not bad. That's not bad. So don't go saying, oh my goodness, why did I do this? No, that's part of being human. And that's almost like a protective kind of thing, right? So don't Don't feel bad that I said that. Okay, don't, because it's on, majority of people have some part of that on their hand, but yours is very, very deep, okay, which means that you've been doing this for quite a while. Now, the other thing is that the shape of your hand, okay, you have very air and also earth, which is one of the most rarest combinations to have fingers. And why do I say combination of fingers? Meaning the overall length, the width, even the segments themselves have different shapes. And if you wear rings, I'm going to say and bet that you do wear rings. You have calluses. I'm assuming that those are calluses on the bottom segments. So you are really, 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 really trying hard. But let me ask you, Karen, when are you giving yourself time? When are you going to give that other part of you that you think and that you feel? When are you going to say, you know what, it's time. It's time for me to just be me. And that area is heading toward the Mount of Luna, aka Selene, which is all about intuition. So there is this part of you that is on the yes, okay, you fit the environment to protect yourself. Okay. Yeah, I totally 100% understand that. And that is because of the type of hand that you have. Now, there are some qualities on your fingers that I'm going to talk about. When Saturn and Apollo, and I'm trying to do this, okay? When they are close like that, and obviously it's an exaggeration compared to your hand, right? But your hand does kind of do that because of how they are set together. These two fingers are set very close together on the palm itself, which means that the more people get to know you, you will hesitate and you will put on that proverbial Halloween mask, right? Like, whoops, you don't really know me, like a protective kind of thing. Like you just said, you protect yourself, right? Because when fingers are like that on people, when Saturn and Apollo are like that, that's found on people who are professional actors or people who just kind of assume a role in order to get things done. And I feel that that is what is happening with you. You have a very, very, very long Mercury finger, and it is set almost on exactly the same level as Apollo, which means that you could be so 100% creative in what you do, in communicating. You could communicate one way to people, and if they didn't understand it, then you could use Apollo. If it beginning your self-care journey and take a step back from taking care of, good, because it's time. It is. Okay, I'm gonna talk Texan here. Darn tootin', it's time, because right now, girl, you're fit to be tied. Okay, you're fit to be. Darn tootin'. That's it. Did I live off the dream there over in the UK when I said that? The conversations that Richard and I have about different accents over here in America, and I'm sorry to kind of joke around with when I'm doing your reading here, Karen, but you need a laugh too. You really do need to have some joy in your life, and you are going to have joy once you start to open up that side and just that you have been pushing aside for so very, very long. You used to do acting. Oh, there you go. There are those fingers. There are those fingers. Oh my goodness. All right, well, that explains a lot. But Have you thought about writing a screenplay? Have you thought about even, okay, all right, have you thought about working in clay or working with wood? I'm kind of getting that in my head. I don't know why. But I see you like working and like manipulating with your hands, molding things, and not just not just molding an actor, right? And molding the character for you, right? Becoming the character that you are trying to portray. But you need to have laughter. You need to have levity. You need to be you. It's time, Karen. Everybody else knows. If it shows up on the hands like that and those lines are that deep, everybody else knows that you are thinking and feeling a different way than what you are saying and doing. So, but they're just not saying anything. So it's time for you to just do it. Be free. Be free. You gotta do it. That's what life is about, is living. You can do it. And if you have any questions at all, just reach out to me, okay? Please, just reach out to me, Karen. But I hope that what I had to say about your hand, please forgive me and my Texanese there and stuff. But, because I've never actually spoken like that, even though I live in Ohio. But I hope it helped, Karen. And if you do have any questions, reach out to me. Just be you. You're so much stronger than you know. Everybody is so much stronger than they know. It's just that we're all coming from different lives, different situations, at different times in our lives. And here's the thing, is that we're all humans, so we have more things in common and more experiences in common than we are willing to admit, because we are kind of trained not to talk about it and kind of shove it down. So be you, Karen. Just be you. Bring some laughter into the world. All right. Hi, Charity. All right. Ooh, what is it with all these water hands that you keep sending me? Everybody has water hands. Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't even want to know what he just said. He said, it's better to send, I'm paraphrasing, better to send a water hand, because if it was on fire, they might be hurting. Oh, okay. All right. Meaning, you know, literally on fire. If their hand was on fire. I'm having to explain this. Let's get to your reading, huh, Charity? Okay. So, a couple things with you. Is that you, Charity, have somebody in your life very, very close to you that you knew in a past life. Ta-da! Yes, I know. Now, that can be seen off of the relationship line, which is the top line that goes across, okay? Now, for me, the way I do things, I start it at the beginning over here, okay? Now, you have this branch that branches up and has all these little tiny fine lines going off of it, right? Now, that means that this person that is in your life, very close to you, and it's often a family member, just to say that, okay? They have the quality of where that line is pointing, and they're pointing to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is Zeus, right? Now, the little tiny fine lines that are going over towards Saturn means that if you get them angry, they will act as Saturn. And Saturn, if you may not be aware, was very much that, you know, almost dictatorial, kind of like, you're going to do it my way because it needs to be done that way. I'm the only one that knows what's best. It's supposed to be done. It's going to get done. I don't care whose toes get crushed, what happens. It's supposed to be that way. Hush up. Move over. Let me do this, okay? Or have you do it, right? They're very bossy, very militant, very, oftentimes demeaning because they just don't care. If you look at the mythology that Saturn, aka Cronus, was, this is very, very gory, but in order to save his position as a Titan god, anytime he had a child that he knew of that was born, he would devour them in order to keep a prophecy from occurring, which was that he would be overthrown by one of his children. So not only did he try to prevent that prophecy from occurring, but he also absorbed their powers, because each child from any Titan god had a power, obviously, right? So, guess who that child was that overthrew him? Zeus. Zeus was hidden away from him. Yeah, and tricked him and poisoned Saturn, and hence the Olympian gods then came into the scene versus the Titan gods. So all that being said, this is somebody who is slightly vindictive, wants you to do things the way they want them to be done, the things to be done, and they like having you around. Because why? Because of the qualities energetically that your hand says that you have. Now, this is a subconscious thing. It isn't like people are walking around grabbing people's hands and trying to see, what's your hand like? Should I do this? What's your hand like? Should I become your friend? They're not doing that, okay? This is subconscious. You know how they say that, no. This is just people that are super, super close. And if it was a husband, well, that is family, is it not? So, yeah, there you go. Okay, there you go. That's pretty spot on, okay? So, all that being said, the fact that Mercury is so low set, meaning he is in the middle of the second segment of Apollo, okay? Which means that when push comes to shove, you would prefer to do and interact than to actually speak up. And that's a cycle you're going to have to break out of. And what I was about to say a moment ago is that you often hear people say, oh, I attract a certain type, right? Yeah, that's because of the subconscious energy kind of thing. Your hand says energetically that you will not, and this is not just you, so don't feel bad, Charity, because I've been doing this for over 30 years. So trust me, you are not the only one. And Mercury, about 99.2% of the time, is the shortest finger on the hand. So don't feel bad, but yours is very short, okay? Is that when push comes to shove, you may just kind of be like, okay, whatever. You got to cut that out, because your presence line, and you do have one going down through the center of your hand, and I'm focusing on that today for a reason, everybody, okay? And I'll get to that in a bit. But it just is very chain-like. It kind of zigzags all over the place, and then it comes down here, and it's all jumbled, right? Now that is meeting your lifeline. That is incorporating itself in your lifeline. Now, the lines that, I don't think I did explain this, the lines that are never going to change are your fingerprints, okay? They were the first lines to form on the hand, in the womb, okay? And then the second lines to form Those are what I'm looking at, and they are never going to change unless something really drastic happens. And that is the relationship line, which is that top one, okay? And then the wisdom line, which is the second line down that goes across, and then the lifeline. So you might say, then what changes? Look at your hands, everybody, and look at your hand here. You have so many lines, and down here, you can prevent all that just by, okay, in your relationship line, you have this space. There are two lines parallel with each other. That means that you are keeping somebody at arm's distance. You're not pushing them completely out of your life. They're just at arm's length, okay? You have to push that person completely away. Just saying it like a palm reader. That's what that means. And I'm telling you, this will calm down this stuff, because these are situations that are off of your presence line later in life, where it happens, where we get to like, wait, why didn't I do this? Or maybe I should have done that. But listen, you are so strong. All of us, we are so much stronger, and we truly can make decisions about what we do in our lives. And sometimes it just doesn't feel that way, but we can. And so can you. You really can. And that presence line can change. And also, do you have a mole right here? Right here. If you could tell me if you have a mole right above your wisdom line in this area right here. I'm waiting. I'm going to start saying Bueller, Bueller, Charity. Oh, yeah. There is a little bit of a mark. Richard's even trying to zoom into it on his side of things. So right now, I do not want to know how old you are, Charity. Don't tell me. Don't say it. Okay. Don't even give me an area. Okay. Like, don't even do that. Stay away from that. What'd you say, Richard? Yeah. Okay. It is a freckle, a mole. Okay. All right. So that means, yep, there. Now I see it on the screen. Okay. So that is super, super important. Anytime you have something like that pop up, and if you notice, what's it under? Not only is it right at your wisdom line, but it's right underneath where that person is in your life. You understand? So everything that you've almost been trained for a very long time to be somebody that you are not. And I commend you for who you are becoming, because I know it's hard to break out of that shell, that cage that has kind of surrounded you for the moment, okay? But Charity, you have so much to give to people. You have so very, very many abilities to share with the world. And you are way too young to have some self-doubt lines underneath Apollo, because and those self-doubt lines are seen in lines that go like this, okay? And you have them surrounding on either side of Mercury and also Apollo. So understand, your truth and your emotions matter just as much as anybody else's, if not more, because it's your life and your life alone. So if you have any questions, please understand that person, you have to push, whoever it may be, That's for you to decide on your own. Okay, that's whatever. Your hand says that you are keeping somebody and have been keeping somebody at arm's length for a very long time, and it's all there in all of these little lines down here. Okay, and that's very frenetic, chaotic energy on your energy center of your palm. And you don't need that. You don't deserve it. So I hope that helped, Charity. And it was a little bit all over the place because there's so much I could tell you. There's really so much I could tell you. But I hope that helped. I hope that helped. And I'm sorry I'm so blurry here today, but hey, when it's snowing sideways, you know what? You know, I can't control the weather. Can't control the weather, everybody. Yeah. All right. So, who would like a card? I'm going to move into cards. Hi, Christine. Hi, Christine Moray. Hello. Hello. All sparkly. Oh, blessings to you, Charity. And if, like I said, if you do have any questions, because it was a little all over the place, just reach out to me, okay? Rachel G. Palmistry. You'll find me. You will. All right. So who would like a card? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller. Thank you for liking and sharing, Tina. Tina Christine, I should say. Thank you very much. And that's something I don't say, and you should scold me for. Please like and share anything that has to do with SPTV. Okay. Hi, Yolanda. Hello. So, yes, I'm going to. I'm actually was just about to ask, sir. We're on the same wavelength. Yes, we are. Okay, Yolanda, I'm going to pull a card for you, okay? I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. Right now, you're like, no, I wanted a tarot. Nope, you're getting an oracle card. Okay. I think we need to keep things a little bit lighter at the moment for you, Yolanda. But please like and share any and all of SPTV's programming, because this is free for everybody. I mean, this is a good service for people. Yes, keep it going, people. Spread the love. All right. So, all right, Yolanda. I hope we can see this. But this is, yeah, it's very blurry. So it actually says up here, stag spirit and leadership, because this is actually a buck, as we would call it here, a buck deer, a male deer, okay, buck, with a gigantic rock on its head. So it's very regal, very much the leader, and stands for, in cultures over here, First Nation cultures, very, very much associated with spirituality. So, Yolanda, I do not know if you have an interest in spirituality for yourself, meaning if you are a presenter on any lives or if you do readings at home, etc., etc. But this is a card that says that you could go out there and do it, and you probably should. You probably should, because you would make waves in your community for the better. I hope that helped. Okay. Who do we have next, Richard? What's going on? Oh. Perfect. Jody, you are getting a tarot card. Maybe you're thinking, no, I like the other cards. Oh, you're getting a tarot card. Okay, here we go. If we can see it, right, everybody? Oh, goodness. Welcome to February in Ohio, everybody. One day it's 70 degrees, the next it's -10. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. Oh, look at you go, Jody. You have the Empress, a major arcana card, okay? Now, with the Empress, obviously, we see what is going on here. We see you bringing new life into the world, literally, potentially, but also new ideas, new concepts, those things that you've kind of been pushing to the side for a very, very long time, or maybe you have been quietly writing them down and working on something on your own time. And now it is the time to put it out there. I'm telling you, this is a major arcana card, meaning major, major change. Do it. You're the Empress. You can do it. All right, Jody, hope that helped. All right, who else do we have? Hi, Jane. Thanks for joining. And you're going to get a tarot card, too. Hope you don't mind. Kind of felt a flicker of like, oh, boy. Like, oh. Okay. All right. Ah. You have the Nine of Cups. Now, what you may not be able to tell because of the blurriness is that there is a water line right here. So she is below the water. And she has decided, you know what? And that's why she's kind of up in the air, is because she's going to float to the top. She's had it. That's it. Nine of Cups. I'm doing this. Because the next card in this is actually the Joy card, which is the Ten of Cups. So this is that point where you make that decision. You know what? Enough of this. Enough. And the colors that are in this, we have blue. Well, where is it? Right here. We have blue for throat chakra. We also have blue down here. So for communication, so start communicating, because the more you do, you are going to feel so much better about yourself and your solar plexus, which is where you hold all that self-esteem and how we feel about ourselves. It's going to come alive. It's going to wake up, and you are going to be like, yes, now is the time. Now is the time. So good for you. Good for you. You've been making good strides. Good for you, Jane. All right, who do we have next? Samara, hello. Yes, you can. But Samara, you are getting an oracle card. And just in case people are wondering, again, the tarot is the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. And the oracle deck is the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. Okay, I always like to give credit where credit is due. Okay. Okay. Oh. The Spirit Guardian of Autumn. This is about letting go, acceptance, change. Okay? Meaning putting things, just letting it rest. Just not letting it go. But the time for certain things have passed. Okay? Certain things are done over, and it's time to go through almost like a rebirth. So even though we're heading into spring, this is the energy that is around you according to this card, okay? And even up here, this is what it says. Spirit Guardian of Autumn. And it says, letting go. Okay? All right. So you gotta let it go. Oh boy. All right. Do we have anyone else, Richard? Hi, Catherine. Okay, you are getting a tarot card. At least the wind stopped blowing. That was interesting. They're actually saying that later tonight, a lot of us will lose electricity. Yay! Fun times. Fun times. Okay. You have the moon. Now, I happen to really love this card. Because this, obviously, there are some traditional aspects of the Rider-Waite deck card of the moon in this, because we have the wolves on either side, right, of the moon that are howling. But you yourself are submerged, because what does the moon control? Water. Controls the tides. Controls emotions as well. Ask any nurse what happens in the emergency room at the full moon. You'll be surprised, okay? So this is a major arcana card. What this means, in my interpretation for this particular deck, is communicate, communicate, communicate. Get all that water that you have been carrying around on your shoulders. Get it off your back. Get it off your back, and it's time for you to find that balance, equality, balance, okay? Because if you notice, everything in this card is perfectly balanced. Even she is balanced. She's floating. She's waiting there, okay? And the blue is about the throat chakra, so communicate. And there's even some green up here, which is for the heart chakra. So you have some things you have to get off of your chest and off of your shoulders, off your back, and unload that stuff. You don't need to be carrying it around with you. You don't. It just causes havoc. It really does. So I hope that helped, Catherine. Who else do we have, Richard? Yeah, Allison, I only do it for the first part. I apologize, but I'm here in 2 weeks' time. I'll be back. I'm bi-weekly, fortnightly, however you like to say it. So let's see here. You are getting a card, a tarot card, because that's what I keep shuffling all of a sudden. So here we go, Allison. Ooh, the Ace of Swords. A very MC Escher-like, if you're familiar with that artist. I feel like you might be. Get out of your head. You are overthinking things right now. This is the beginning of conflict. This is the ace. This is the beginning of that suit of swords, which is air, which is which way is the wind going to blow here, okay? That is the pondering that's going on, and your eyes are closed, which means, hello, you are too far in and overthinking the stuff that is going on. And because of the colors that are in this card, we have orange, we have red, we have yellow. You are remembering things that have happened in the past and wondering if things are going to repeat themselves. Stop it. Stop overthinking it. Stop overthinking it, my friend. Stop overthinking. You always overthink. Me too. I'll be honest with you. My sister tells me that all the time. Does she have her? All right. Well, I hope that helped Allison. Hey, do we have anybody else, Richard? Richard. Catherine. Okay. Catherine, you are getting an oracle card. And I just want you to see the back of these cards, everybody. I hope you can see. Look how beautiful this deck is. It's just it's so beautiful and soft. It really, really is. And this is that Sacred Forest Oracle. Okay. Now here is your card, Catherine. Oh, this is right up your alley here, Richard. We have the unicorn, which stands for purity. Now, you're one of a kind, Catherine. When are you going to admit that to yourself? Perhaps the people around you don't want you to really understand that. Perhaps they're not really treating you that way. Maybe you need to question why you feel that way when you are around certain people. Because you are a unicorn and you have everybody else's best interests at heart. But do they have yours? Your best interests at heart? Contemplate that for a few moments. And if you say, well, yeah, I think they do, well, then there you go. The colors in this card, though, which I have not been addressing in this deck, says solar plexus, which is the yellow, and the green, which is heart. So feel better about yourself and speak of those things that you've been holding back on talking about and discussing with people. Okay? All right. Who is next? Hello, Rosemary. Hello, hello. You are getting a tarot card because that's what I'm shuffling. All right. Of course, this is going to fall out now, too. That's great. All right, here we go. Ooh. So what new ideas have you been having? What have you been thinking of going on an adventure of some kind? Trying out something new? Maybe studying something brand new? Maybe just looking into, I want to say moving. I don't know why, but this is the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. So Rosemary, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of that little spark, right? Where it's like, you know what? I could do that, huh? And then it expands after that, okay? So my advice is to see what develops, because this is coming out of, if you notice, this is in the third eye area, even though this is a fire, right? So this is your subconscious. This is your intuition that is involved with lighting this spark. So listen to that voice that's in your gut that might be saying, hey, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should look into this, okay? And see where it takes you. Hope that helped, Rosemary. Hey, Carrie. Good to see you. Absolutely, you can have a card. And I'm still shuffling the tarot. You saw me there for a second ago. Maybe I'll do Oracle. No, I'm doing tarot. Okay, here we go. Ooh, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, there's a few things. I can either point out the colors on this card, or the fact that the Knight is always the one that gets his hands dirty and does the dirty work for the higher ups, right? Meaning the people that are above, the king, the queens, all that, right? And this person is running to get on a motorcycle while wearing shorts and running shoes. Not the safest, not the healthiest. Will he get there to where he needs to be safely so that he can do what he needs to do? These are all questions, okay? So let me ask you, Carrie, the things that you have going on right now, how confident are you in the fact that they will actually come to fruition? Have you make sure that you have dotted every I and crossed every T? Because this says you might not have, or somebody close to you might not have, okay? And this is an air card, as swords are air. So it's that whole thing again. Which way is the wind going to blow, right? Is it going to blow in your favor? Or is it going to not blow at all? Or is it going to push you back, right? It's that whole scenario. So I hope that helped, Carrie. And next. Sarah. Hello, Sarah. You are getting an oracle card. Okay. Let's do this. Ooh, I like this one. It's very, very pretty. And that's what's going on right here, right now. Woo! It says right here, bear spirit, and it's written in white on white. So you probably have no idea what that says because it's so blurry. But it says bear spirit, and underneath it, it says healing. Now, what do bears do in the winter? They hibernate, don't they? And why do they do that? They do that in order to give themselves time to see themselves through to a better moment, better season of where they can find food, where they can just be themselves, right? So take this time right now to heal. Like, you ever hear the term healer, heal thyself? Sarah, take some time for you to give yourself some moment to kind of build your energy back up to that point where you can go right back out there and you can do the things that you want to do and that you need to do and the things that make you happy. Yep, you're hibernating. I'm about to as well, apparently. With all the snow, I'm about to as well. So, but this is a very beautiful card, and I just wish that the internet wasn't so blurry for all of you. But yes, and obviously this bear has no malintent to it or anything. It's not a malicious bear because this lady is just standing there looking right at you like, what are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do with this moment in time? So you need to take a rest. You have to rest. Get your energy back up. So I hope that helps, Sarah. Might not feel like you need to do that, but that's what the card is saying, and that's what I'm picking up on too. So everybody, yes, we have some advertisements, some adverts. Okay, we have a VIP special with, does that say Miriam? Merjan, okay. With I butcher names, people. Merjan Schneider. I can't talk. It's my fault. Please don't be mad. Not anybody. I apologize. I butcher names. So we have a VIP special with Merjan Schneider. I can't talk. And it's going to deal with astrology, star charts, and moons, and so much more. And that We need that right now, especially with going into the new year and the lunar calendar and everything. We need that right now. So please tune into that. That is tomorrow and it's 6:45, and these are UK times. Is that correct? Okay. All right, so that's 6:45 p.m. until 7:45. And how will people get the link? Will it be emailed to them or? Okay, if you are a VIP of SPTV, the login information for this VIP special will be in the lounge, the SPTV lounge, okay? Just so you know. Okay, and we have another VIP event with limited spaces available. We have some mediumship development courses starting this Sunday, 7 until 8:30, and that is UK time. And just for everybody that if you are curious and you are VIP and you are in the States, there is a 5-hour difference, okay, between the Eastern US, like I'm in Ohio, so it's 4:30 my time, so everybody there in the UK, it's probably 9:30 your time. So just so you know, plan accordingly because these events are wonderful things that you should not miss out on. And again, this is going to be on Zoom, and this is with Paul Sissel. So please look out for that Zoom information. That again will be in the SPTV Facebook page. And then we have Polly. This is Miss Polly Harnett, and this is, go ahead. Okay. Okay. So this is our own Miss Polly Harnett doing trance mediumship demonstration, and this is a VIP show as well, and it is going to be just about everywhere I see on YouTube and on Facebook, and it is VIP only. But if you are not VIP, if you donate, you can donate and be able to watch it, which, well, actually, that would be a wonderful thing to do, see trance mediumship demonstration. It's fascinating. Polly's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She really is. I love her. And I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I love all of SBTV. I do. I love it. You guys have to like, share, visit the directory. There are courses that are offered on there that hardly anybody mentions. I'm sorry to say, but they really, really don't. And you can find shops, you can find different things, all kinds of resources on the directory at sptv.uk. And you can also find a schedule of all of these events and all the different presenters, when they're on, etc., on the website. Okay, so please check it out and become a patron because we're all doing this for free. So, and all of these readings are free. All the presenters do this for free. So please help keep it free by becoming a patron. Okay? And that, my friends, is me for today. And I will be back in 2 weeks' time. I really, really, really am honored that I had the opportunity to read the hands that I did read. And I love reading cards for the people that I did get a chance to read cards for. And if you have any questions, just reach out. Just look for Rachel G. Palmistry and you're going to find me. Remember that you are loved. You really, really are. And that you are not alone. We're all in this together. And that sounds so right and so like garbage, but good night, everybody. Good night.